How's it? Today is Thursday, February 29th. I am deadlifting and bench pressing today. Normally, I don't lift on Thursdays. I usually exercise on Thursdays to some extent. What that might mean is like showing up to the gym, riding the bike for a couple minutes, doing some sled pulls, whatever, and then doing some bicep curls because bicep curls are really, really, really helpful for the overall health of my elbow, my left elbow specifically, which hasn't really been an issue in the last few years because of those bicep curls that I've been doing. But today, it's a little bit different because I'm planning to actually take tomorrow off, Friday, the 1st of March, taking tomorrow off and actually moving my medium Friday to, I guess, Big Friday at this point. Moving that to Saturday so I could live with my boy G1 and then his friends. I'm pretty excited for that. That's all I'm looking forward to. And honestly, today went pretty well. 170 today for 5.5s. They were all hard. They were all tremendously difficult, but I didn't miss any lifts, and I am very happy that I was able to make them all. I feel like as I'm moving through the range of motion, my body is starting to, it feels like I'm maybe stronger, getting stronger through that range of motion. I mean, obviously so, because I'm getting to the point where it's 170 for 5.5s. I don't know if that's a PR as far as volume goes. I know I've done one set of 5 at 405 before, which is 184, something like that. That's my best set of deadlifts ever. I don't know if I've done 5.5s at 170 though. That's pretty cool to be pushing this weight and still having, moderate success for the actual movement itself. I feel like what's really challenging is just honestly sticking to the technique and just trying my best to execute on the lift. I don't feel like too much else is difficult. I feel like the bar actually moves pretty good. You can watch it. I mean, you'll watch it as the set does, as it's shown on video here. But it is tremendously difficult. That is my big thing, is that I'm. It looks like the bar is moving pretty quickly, and maybe it is, but I'm putting a lot of effort into this. This is, if you had a RPE, this is a RPE 9, 10-ish range. And I guess I'm saying RPE is in the amount of effort that I put out, not necessarily the amount of reps that I could do afterwards. This is my first set of 5. Look at how quick it's moving. It moves once it's not on the ground, I'm doing a lot of touch and goes here. I do every single rep that I do, aside from the first rep of every set, is going to be a touch and go. And once it is off of the ground, but mid shin ish, it honestly just flies, which is crazy to think about. I'm looking at the speed right around my knee. It gets faster right as it kind of gets to the bottom of my kneecap, and then I'm able to pull up above it. And that to me is a sign that I'm plenty strong to be hopefully clean and jerking 150 in 6 months or something like that. I don't know. That's not something I'm really planning out. I'm barely clean and jerking 115 now. So that is exciting for me. Just based on how these are feeling. I know this movement is not the same as the clean is, but it is very similar, upper body positioning around the knee area. I feel like you're a little bit further forward on the clean, but the upper body itself is locked into the same position. I guess I'm thinking more so my upper back. That makes sense. That makes sense. I hope it makes sense. I don't know. Here's my 4th set. Honestly, I probably took 15 minutes in between each of these sets. I told myself, I was all right, I'm going to do the one set first. And I was very, 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 very scared, very intimidated with this weight. I know I've deadlifted this before, but I don't know if I've done, again, 5.5s of this. But First set, I was like, all right, I'm going to see if I can do it. Okay, cool. I can do it. How long do you think, or how long do I think it's going to take for me to be ready to do another set? And until I got that point where it was like confident enough to really be able to just grind it out for the next set, I was like, I'm going to rest. I'm just going to rest until further notice. And I think that honestly was a good move. I spent a lot of time here at the gym, but for what it is, I don't have a lot of things to do today. Typically Thursdays, I'm off at the restaurant, so I'm off tonight, and I didn't have to be anywhere, so I could take my sweet old time. I took basically 3 hours to do my warm up, my deadlift, my bench press, and then one single accessory. So that's a long ass time, right? The bench presses today were up to 195. So last week I didn't have enough time to really do the barbell bench press, so I ended up doing dumbbell bench pressing. And I think that today I was really, really surprised that this was ridiculously easy. 195 for 5.5s was so easy. The only issue that I was having was my lower back was on the verge of cramping. You see me here, like I'm trying to stretch this lower back, and I'm thankful that I ended up doing all 5 sets of the deadlift in the time that I did, because as I started warming up for the bench, it felt like my lower back was starting to fatigue and I don't know, like seize up. I don't want to say seize, because seize is it's a very specific feeling, and it was similar to that, but I don't think that it was like necessarily like cramping and stuck. That's what I imagine when I hear seizing. Here's my first set at 195. I tried to do like pause reps for these here, and then once I was able to do them, oh yeah, right there, look at my back. I was just like, oh no. But once I was able to do them, I realized I was like, okay, I can just do like touch and goes and perhaps like bounce the reps and everything, and that helps kind of put my shoulder in a disadvantageous position, for all of the reps, and that is really what I'm trying to do, is make sure that my shoulder feels good. And for honestly, my shoulder felt hella sick today. It felt really good. It felt like I was normal. So I'm really optimistic for what's coming on Saturday for snatches and clean and jerks. Finish off today with some back extensions. Again, just the one accessory, because I wasn't trying to push too much. This is the first time I've done 4 days in a row in a very, very, very long time. So I didn't want to overdo it. And I think today was very, very good. It was very successful. Borderline PR, if not a PR. So, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.